All right, people. Mike here with the Watch This video for Friday, August 30th. Reminder, the market is closed Monday. I think it's going to be dead tomorrow going into a 3-day weekend. I think it's going to be dead next week. I think it's been dead all week, and we've all kind of adapted to that, right? Trading less, trading smaller, lowering our expectations. But hanging out in front of the screens, there's still money to be made, and that's important, right? So if you have the time and you want to, there's trades available. If you're new, pause the video and read that. It's what we're all about. All right, so let me start with the daily on the SPY. We had a nice little pop and then ended up, looks like, by the way, the market's still open for like 7 more minutes. I don't usually make these videos while the market's still open, but the afternoon was pretty dead, so I went ahead and built my list while the market was still open. So there you go. Anyway, SPY going out near the lows, but it's still in a sideways range for quite a while now. Let's talk about a couple heads up today. Daniel gave Lucy. Let me go to 5-minute candles to show you, and you'll notice this gray area. That's because I have extended hours on. We had a little bit of talk about that today. On the gappers, we want extended hours on if you're going to be a pullback player, right? And I've got other examples. If you follow me on Twitter or StockTwits, you'll see a call that I made in AFRM today, right at my famous yellow line, right? And I'll show you that in a little bit. But anyway, so Lucy had this big rip in pre-market. This is where Daniel called it, right around 564, basically pointing out it was in the 5 buy zone, right, between the 8 and the 20. And you look to the left, you had nice support there. It was a great post. Entry probably around 564, and it ended up going to 7. You got the upside halt and then the open. A lot of money to be made there. Great post. And it shows the importance of, if you didn't have extended hours on, which, again, this is a staple in the room now. If it's a morning gap or a sizable gap, you got to have extended hours on. If you didn't have it on, you were wondering what the heck he was talking about because it was nowhere near the 5 buy zone, right? So that's really important to have extended hours on, all right? Anyway, with that said, XRTX, speaking of extended hours on. So Kevin P gave a second mouse through 2, which happened right there. It broke 2 earlier, broke 2, and went pretty quickly to 260. That's a nice move, right? And that was a great heads up. So that's one. I'm trying to decipher my notes here. Whole number flush 5's buy zone. I can't remember what symbol that was. So I didn't take good notes today. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that was Kevin P. And I was actually stalking this one for a pullback in the late going of today, but I ended up not getting filled, and I pulled my bid now because I got to make a video. And then let me talk about AFRM real quick, which again, see the huge gap. This was all after hours yesterday and pre-market today, so it makes this huge run. So it closed here and opens here, and you've got to have that extended hours on there to make the moving averages make sense, right? And I called it long, literally right at that yellow line right there, somewhere around 41.53. And then I sold it through the high of day. I think I sold it 8 cents from the high of day, maybe 42.79. Because I just did a market order. But it was a neat trade, right? Because I called it right there and sold it right there, even though it still missed the bigger part of the move. But anyway, it just shows it's a great example. And again, I posted in chat today. If you weren't there, you can go back and look at chat history. Screenshots of with and without pre-market on. And they show you a world of difference, right? You're wasting your time without pre-market on the gappers. All right, I've driven that into the ground, so I'll shut up about it. Let's talk about what we're watching for Friday. Hopeful to catch a couple trades, right? So AFRM, nice breakout. So we're definitely going to watch that for a follow-through day. BOF, I don't know. It's a weird, whenever you have the big run and the gap up and the reversal, it's like who's winning, right? But it's definitely an in-play stock. And so I am going to put BOF on watch. XRTX looks like it's going to close strong. Got about 4 minutes till the close. Definitely goes on watch tomorrow. Lucy, I'm on the fence about because it's going out here at the lows. But still, this is a former ripper right back here. Remember this? And so we'll see. This one could actually, I could conceive it catching a bid tomorrow if we get an A+ setup. So I'm going to put it on watch. NNE is a sleeper pick. It's still just kind of chopping sideways. Not in love with it at all, but let's just call it a sleeper pick if it can break out of this range. That one does get moving at times. EOSE, nice rip today. It's certainly extended, but it goes on watch. GameStop, goes unwatched. Doesn't look like much, but when we switch to 5-minute candles, you can see a big move today, right? It looks like it's rolling over here near the end of the day. So we'll see if it's even going to feel relevant in the morning. But I am going to, because of the intraday move, and I'm a day trader, I am going to watch GME, MXL, maybe a follow-through day after that big volume day today. NTNX, nice breakout, maybe a follow-through day. EVGO, strong on a weekday, right? Let me glance at the SPY one more time real quick. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go out near the lows. Chewy, we got an inside day today after yesterday's big rip. CHWY, TOVX, it's kind of an interesting chart. Big volume today. Looks like it could have a follow-through day. That might be worth watching in after hours. I'll have to see. ALAB, breaking out. I'll put a horizontal line here so you can kind of see the breakout, right? It's been going sideways for a while. Nice volume today. Maybe a follow-through day there. GOVX, monkeypox play, and a little bit of a bottoming tail at the 20-day. So putting that back on bounce watch again. Redfin, RDFN. We are now down to that area between the 8 and the 20. The middle of that area is kind of where I usually look for a bounce. So that goes back on bounce watch. It was really strong last week. RKT, I believe, is going to run with that one. And you see it's also a strong stock that's pulled back into that buy zone between the 8 and the 20. And then lastly, I'm going to watch Dollar General, which just got decimated today. All the dollar stores, I guess, did. And usually I don't put something on bounce watch when it gets decimated like this. But sometimes the next day you get a snapback bounce. So, or if we get early selling, we might get an intraday reversal. Anyway, that's it. I've babbled long enough. I'll see y'all in chat in the morning. Have a good night.